Dumelang! Guys, welcome back to my channel, to my returning subscribers. And if you are new here, and this is the first time that you are seeing my face, hi, hello, my name is Anna Pugube, and I am living and teaching English in South Korea at the moment. And I share videos around coming to teach in South Korea and life here in general, and whatever else you guys request from me. So please, if there's something you would like to see, please do drop it down below in the comment section. So today we are continuing with the previous video that I posted, which was death abroad. If you haven't watched it, I would suggest start there and then come back here. So guys, last week I spoke about, guys, let's be responsible. Let's take care of ourselves as well as our families if these unexpected situations happen to us while we are abroad. It's just plain and simple. That's it. It's just taking care of yourself. But it's even more important when you're going abroad because the expenses, these international expenses, it's a lot. It's a lot. So please put your family first, put yourself first, and just think about what is going to happen if you find yourself in these certain situations. I am not a financial advisor, so please do not treat this as financial advice. It's just my opinions of things that I believe that even myself I should be doing. So I am going to be practicing what I'm preaching. So I'm currently looking at life cover, but we're going to get into that. Before we proceed, I have you subscribed. So first things first, make sure that you subscribe to the channel by clicking that subscribe button down below. And then also click the thumbs up button. You've already clicked on the video, so why not? Go ahead. Let's get into today's video. So
I know your love is fragile. Guess what? Mine too, and I know you need a real one.
So you guys can see the title. I'm just taking out my laptop, and Liabona that we are speaking about the South African Embassy. So I actually got a message to say, Anna, you know, I've watched your video. You're speaking about how, you know, families are struggling to bring the bodies of their loved ones back home in South Africa. What is the South African Embassy doing about it? Good question. We are talking about just that in this video. So I will be looking down. As you guys know, I want to give you the correct information that is relevant and from the direct source. Is what we're doing. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, so guys, once you go onto the South African Embassy website, you'll see it says the South African Embassy Seoul. Because I am in South Korea, that is the one that I go to. So whichever country you're in, check for your country's embassy. Once I get on their landing page, there are headings that say home, about the embassy, and SA citizen services. You will click the SA citizen services. You'll see there'll be a drop down menu. Select the one that says consular services. Once you click consular services, there's a list of subheadings like what we can and cannot do for you. Register with your embassy, exclamation mark. Passport and emergency travel certificates, identity documents, marriages, birth, death, citizenship, it's all there. Teaching English in Korea, consular fees, SA police clearance. So whatever documentation that you may need to be legalized or notarized or certified. Yeah. So we're gonna go under the very first one, which I think is an important place to start. And that is the one that says what we can and cannot do for you. So when you click that one, it will then give you a list of things they can help you with and things they can't help you with. It's a whole list. I'm not gonna go through everything. I'm just gonna read the ones that we've been discussing. And that one that says assist to obtain medical help. They assist you to obtain is the keyword there. Then we assist in the event of death. Okay, so here from what they've said, they say they do help us when it comes to death. As for what exactly is another story. So say here they arrange for next of kin to be informed of an accident or death and advise on the procedures. Then as for things they cannot do, pertaining to what you and I have been speaking about. They cannot pay for the transport or conveyance or cremation of mortal remains of South African citizens. So please, that question of what does the South African Embassy do? They are just there to facilitate the procedures and to advise your family and friends and to contact them and tell them that 1, 2, 3 is happening. That is all. Which is why I'm saying it is so important to make sure that we think about it logically. If the South African Embassy is saying they do not pay to transport your remains back home, you don't have any cover, and you don't have 300,000 or 100,000 or 400,000, however much it's going to cost. If you have that money and you have put it away in an emergency fund for this, great. If you don't, what are your options? Rather get cover, pay that little 100 rands, a few 100 rands every month, and make sure that you are covered should these unexpected circumstances happen, and to make sure that your family does not need to go through the already they're going through heartache with grieving. Now we're adding on this huge, humongous bill, and they're asking themselves, Ganjani. So you don't want them to be asking such questions, please. Please guys. So that's on what they do. Next, if you go back to that headline that says South African Citizen Services, and you click consular services, and you click deaf, let's say we click deaf, then it speaks more detail to tell you exactly what they do in the event of death. So they're speaking about contacting your family and letting them know that ABCD has happened to your child or your spouse or your whatever has happened. And then they start speaking to them and advising them on the way forward and how to proceed. And they also have different options. So different options of what they can do with the remains. So things like the return of your mortal remains to South Africa, or they can cremate you here and then just return your ashes to South Africa. Or you can have a local burial here. Yeah, guys, there's a lot on this website, on the South African Embassy. Like, please go on there and just familiarize yourself with it. And there's that one exclamation mark on the titles here that says register with the embassy. Now, the importance of that, it says here, is that should there be any natural disasters or emergency evacuations, they need to know where all their South Africans are, so they can get to you or get the news to you or get the instruction to you. That's why they're saying register with us. They're going to ask you a series of questions like where do you work, your address here, your address in SA, your contact, your closest contact here in Korea, contact at home. So they ask for all of that important information. They ask you when do you arrive in Korea, when are you leaving, at least plan to leave. So they ask for that necessary information just so it's on their books. I think maybe it's also like for data purposes. Then the next question that I've been getting, especially on the last video where I'm speaking about, guys, it's important to have some sort of plan in place, whether you are going to make sure that you are saving a specific amount every month, where you are building your emergency fund, or you already have an emergency fund. That's amazing if you do, or get cover. So whatever your plan is, please put it into place. So I got some questions where they're saying, Anna, what insurance companies can we go with? So I made a note. So when I found these initial posts in these various Facebook groups that I'm in, so I went through the comments and I also checked that people had noted down some insurance companies that they are with. There were some international companies that they noted. I didn't really look into those because I'm not too familiar with it. But I'm sure if you Google international life cover or international funeral cover, you'll get a whole lot of options, and then you can request for quotations. But for the companies in South Africa that I did find people referencing were Holland, Momentum, Old Mutual, Liberty, One Life Insurance, and Discovery. So those are the 6. As for, do all of them cover you while you are abroad, Anna? If I am in this country, I cannot confirm. The other one that I saw people note was Sanlam. But guys, please, if you're going to contact them, send them an email and ask for yourself, confirm for yourself that this is what they do. Do not sign any contract with any insurance company only to find that when you are in this specific country, you will not be covered, because then you are wasting your money. Because if you've paid a specific amount every month and you decide to cancel that contract, you don't get the money back. So please make sure that whatever you are going to get yourself into is what you need for your life. And you know, the country you're going to and that sort of thing. Please, it is so important. So yeah, guys, I believe that brings us to the end. I think this topic, like with the previous video and today's video, I think we're done. Unless you guys really want me to go into each of these companies, like to contact all 7 companies and come back on here and tell you this is what they said, this is what they said, this is what they said. But I believe you guys can send them all emails or give them a call and request for all the information that you want to know. They will send it to you, and they would be best to get this information from, because they know better than I do. So please do contact them. Oh, and because let's see, but I know you guys, one of you is going to ask Anna, which company are you going with? I'm going to share that with you guys. If you really want me to, let me know. But once it's a done deal, you'll find that when you are requesting for quotations from insurance companies, they come back and say, okay, here's a quote, but please can you fill in? Then they ask you a whole lot of questions about your lifestyle, your health, your medical histories. They'll ask you all these questions. Then when that's done, then they say, okay, we need ABCD from you. And within that ABCD, it includes getting various tests done. And only then is the final premium, and then you sign on the paper, and then it's in place. So yeah. Oh, and then another thing to note is, if you are going the insurance route, just remember there's like a waiting period, if that's what they call it. So let's say I signed this month, it's now October, so October, and so October, November, December, January, February, March. I think it's a 6-month waiting period or window, where let's say if anyone was to claim within this period, it might not pay out. So check those T's and C's. Speak to those financial advisors, ask them all of these important questions so you know what you are getting yourself into. Don't say I didn't tell you. I must be honest. The one where they said somebody noted Discovery, and I was like, Discovery? Because when I was back in SA before I left, I was looking into life cover, and I did ask them, do you cover, will you still cover me if I'm still abroad? And the consultant told me, no, you need to be in South Africa. So I'm surprised, unless things have changed. I don't know, which is why I'm saying go and find out. Don't just sign, guys, please. So again, these companies are Hollard, Momentum, Old Mutual, Liberty, One Life Insurance, Discovery, and Sanlam. Sanlam/Santam. I'm not too sure which is which, but I know they are here. But yeah, guys, no, thank you so much for watching. It is currently 10 to 5. It's like in the evening. I literally got back from work and I was like, yay, Anna, you did not post a video last week. Although there is one sitting on YouTube, I just need to make it public. But I first wanted to record this video before we move on. But yeah, guys, let me know what else you would like to see from me, or anything else that you would like to know, so I can get on it for you. I'm now just babbling. Let's just end the video here, because tomorrow is another busy day of teaching, and I've got epic training and anyways, bye.
And I know I had you crying, saying something about you over me.